Hello everyone and welcome to Battle of the Beasts All Generation episode number 19. I'm Adam and today I got two more beasts fighting each other for a spot in round 2. The 19th spot in round 2 actually. So let's introduce the competitors. So on representing Series 8, the Pirate King, book number 3, Hecton, the Body Snatcher. Two of his teammates have already competed, Torno and Bloodbore, and both of them have made it through to round 2. So if he makes it, he'll be joining his teammates very soon. Lustor from Series 10, Master of the Beast, is representing his series. Book number 3 he is. And I believe, yeah, he is the first beast from Series 10 to be fighting. So if he wins, he'll be at least carrying on Series 10. So yeah. We have two very good beasts here, in my opinion. One I do prefer more than the other, but Hector might surprise me. So with that, let's get to the stats.
Hecton, the Body Snatcher. Hecton is tall and bony, the colour of rotting flesh. He wears a cloak sewn together from the scraps of furs and feathers, and a bull's head as a hood. He uses a net and a trident to trap his victims. Now on to his stats. Animal binding. He can fuse animals to his body. Trident mastery. Tree climbing. Sleep breath puts foes to sleep. Worm eating tendril hair. One bite makes the animal join his body. Hecton's weapons include a trident and a net, and a smelly cloak that controls animals. Let's see how he does in the tournament.
Lustor, the acid dart. From his hiding place among the moss and rocks, Lustor emerges to reveal a toad-like face covered in warts. He has eyes like a fish and long curling tongue. Beneath his throat is a sack filled with bright orange liquid that sprays in jets burning through flesh. Now onto his stats. The acid survivor, which can melt stone and flesh. Enhanced strength, which can match efforts with just his tongue. Resistant to heat, acid, and lava. Camouflage, sharp claws, and grasping tongue make him one deadly opponent in the tournament.
3, 2, 1!
Battle! Hecton versus Lustor. Let's get into this. Okay, now that we're back, we're going to start things off with Hecton's weakness, which is he has no immunity to his worm hair. So, whilst his worms in his hair can be used to eat and merge other victims into himself, it can also be used to eat him. So, he doesn't have an immunity to one of his abilities, which could affect him in the long run. And Lustor's weaknesses is that he has a limit to how much acid he's resistant to, as he can be hurt by his own acid. And he also has a pierceable throat sac, which is actually how he was defeated, because he got his neck sliced. So whilst Hecton has a weapon which he can use to pierce Lustor's throat sac, to do that, he needs to get up close to Lustor. For Battlefield, we're going to do a plain rocky arena. Just have both of these beasts scuffling out in a rocky plains arena, which I think is, well, probably my favourite battle arena because it's so simplistic. So with that, so as the chamber doors open, Hecton is making his way out, all majestic, or as majestic as a body snatcher can be. And Lustor just lurks his way out, and they spy each other almost instantly. Lustor fills up acid in his throat sac and shoots it out directly towards Hecton. Hecton, using his quick thinking, swishes his cloak around to build up a bunch of sand and dust just building up in front of him to use as a bit of a shield, whilst using his cloak for the rest of the shield to protect him. When the dust is cleared and the acid is stopped, Hecton turns around and sees that Lustor is gone from where he is. Lustor is actually hiding behind a rock and using a piece of him to disguise himself as a bigger part of the rock. However, that wasn't fooling Hecton though, because he recognised that rock is a bit bigger. So what he does is he chucks his net towards that, and it covers the rock and traps Lustor beneath it. Hecton makes his way towards Lustor to impale him with the trident. Lustor, using his claws, slices through the nets, and was still showing some of the nets to be shown to make Hecton think Lustor is still trapped. Hecton's is about to go and impale Lustor, but Lustor jumps out of the way and, using the net, wraps it round Hecton's legs and pulls it to trip him up. Hecton falls down to the ground with his trident just slipping out of his hands. And Lustor picks up the trident and chucks it over the arena wall. Hecton, enraged by this, goes up and tackles Lustor to the ground, whilst Lustor is digging his claws into Hecton's cloak, tearing it up into shreds. Hecton is using his bull skull on top of his head and his to headbutt Lustor, but also knock his worms out to start eating into Lustor. They are eating into Lustor, causing Lustor minor discomfort, but they're eating into his jaw. So what Lustor does, he builds up acid in his throat, and it dissolves the worms almost instantly, and Hecton realises he's got a slight situation going on. So what he does is, he turns around and covers Lustor's throat with his cloak, just as Lustor was about to release the acid, causing a giant spray of acid to scatter everywhere, dissolving nearby rocks and the arena wall and all that. It dissolves Hecton's cloak, but also burns Hecton and Lustor at the same time, to the point where they retract to get a better distance from each other, whilst they reel from their burns. Hecton, not really knowing what he can do, takes off his bull hat's head and is ready to use that as a weapon to just bash Lustor to death, whilst Lustor readies his claws and whips out his tongue, ready to attack Hecton. They charge up towards each other, and right before Hecton was about to smash the bull skull over Lustor's head, Lustor sticks out his tongue and wraps it around Hecton's entire body, bringing his arms right up against his head like this. He goes to bring down the bull skull, but Lustor is able to grab onto the bull skull, snatch it out of Hecton's hands, and then, using the bull skull himself, starts bashing Hecton's head in repeatedly, over and over and over again. Lustor is also using his claws to stab Hecton's torso whilst he's still bashing his head in. Hecton, being a bloody mess he is, just crumples down onto the floor when Lustor releases him, still barely breathing, and Lustor thinks it'll be best to put Hecton out of his misery. So, using one claw, he slices Hecton's neck open, letting the blood gush out. Hecton's body starts struggling, but then it just relaxes and eases, and he goes lifeless. Lustor has won, Hecton has lost. If you think Hecton should have won, please leave in the comments below why you think that. However, my word's final, and Lustor was the winner. Now, whilst Hecton stood more of a chance to win than the previous battle, I gave the victory to Lustor because if he could get rid of the trident, which is what he did, then Hecton's kind of stuffed. So, yeah, he got rid of the trident, Hecton can't do anything. That's pretty much the simplest way to put it. But with that being said, that's all for this time. That is battle number 19. Join me with battle number 20 coming out very soon. And until then, peace out.